Our design project is an investigation of the manufacturing principles involved in the small-scale fabrication of resin coasters. With resin casting, it is important to ensure a proper ratio of the solutions and thorough mixing as to the manufacturer's instructions. Once properly mixed, the resin is poured into the chosen mold. If there are decorative inclusions, a thin layer of resin should be poured into the mold before the inclusion is placed. And then, after the inclusion, it should be covered with the rest of the resin to ensure proper coverage. After 15 minutes have passed, air bubbles will have risen to the top of the open mold, where they can be gently agitated and popped with air blown through a straw to leave an even and clear surface. Surface tensions are higher at the edges and near the purposeful inclusions, resulting in some bubbles left behind. The resin should be left in the mold undisturbed for 24 to 48 hours to properly cure. There should be care taken that the molds are protected from dust and disturbance while they are curing. Customizable inclusions were explored, ranging from 3D printed objects, flowers, alcohol ink, and glow powder. A symbol was printed on a desktop 3D printer using PLA filament. In further trials, post-processing of the print to smoothen the surface would reduce the bubbles trapped on the surface of the final resin cast. Glow-in-the-dark powder makes the resin translucent instead of transparent, and results in a coaster that glows in the dark after being charged by the light. It was difficult to evenly disperse the glow powder in the final resin cast, as it tends to sink to the bottom of the mold or the top of the coaster as the resin sets. Alcohol ink was used to color the transparent resin. Initial patterns are easily disturbed by the surface agitation to remove the air bubbles, so care should be taken around the edges of the design. Flowers were pressed before being cast in the resin to attempt to prevent air bubbles from being trapped beneath them as the resin set. The flowers reacted as the resin set, turning from pink to a green-brown color. In further trials, artificial flowers could be used to preserve their vibrant colors. Post-processing requirements for the resin cast is very minimal, with sanding of the bottom edges of the coaster being necessary only if desired. Now, hopefully you too feel confident and motivated to make your own personalized coaster with the versatile process of resin casting.